I am the Commissar, that's my name. Forged alliance forever, that's the game. And we're back with another short and sweet. This is for the second time this week. And today it's a 1 versus 1 on Craftius Maximus. And who have we got playing? In the blue corner, this is El Jedi, who is 1476 rated. He's got an UEF. In the red corner, Alt F4 Kryak, who we've seen before as Ubervator. He is 1709 rated, and he is Seraphim. So, quick look at the map. Not much reclaim, only a few rocks scattered around. The main interest is in these expansions, here and here, which are also starting points. These mexes are of particular interest because they can be shot by something as small as a frigate from the sea. So sea control is just as important as land control. And these sort of extensions, these little members, can be accessed from this side but not this side. And so the mexes are at this end but the entrance at this end. This map's been in the ladder pool on and off for quite some time. It's quite a well-known map. So, early play. Jedi has got some labs, who is sneaking through the middle here, whereas all the scouting from Kryak is going around the outside, so he's going to miss those labs. And it's common practice to send an early engineer up to this outpost where there's trees to reclaim and then mexes, and it looks like this lab's going to try and claim that kill. And this Celine might also be trying to repay the favour over here. We've also got a lab looking for an expanding engineer going to these mexes here. The lab opens fire on the engineer, but the engineer is quick, and the engineer reclaims the lab and goes back to his work. What a clever engineer. This engineer, meanwhile, has been supported by a tank. That lab is patrolling around, hoping for only an unsupported NG, but the tank and the Celine between them quickly clear it up. So, early raiding not so good for Jedi. This Celine lying in wait for a similar engineer this way, but it looks like Jedi is prioritising these mexes, and he's supported them with a tank and a scout. He has got an engineer coming out this way. He's also gone more quickly to these mexes in the water. Now, I understand it's quite common practice to beam build a naval factory down here and then send an engineer to these underwater mexes here. Oh, Celine engaging that NG. The NG reacts. The Celine reacts. There is a tank coming in to protect, but it's too late, so this NG has been taken out. Quite the early advantage to Kryak. We have a bomber out from Jedi, but we've also got one out from Kryak. Let's see which one does the better work. And this engineer heading towards this expansion was indeed picked off by that Celine. First engineer picked up by this bomber, second and third engineers picked up by this bomber. Actually, I think... don't know whether that third kill was an engineer, might not have been. Either way, 3 kills on that bomber. This one does pick up a kill of the engineer going for this expansion and therefore denies that mex, at least for a while. Kryak coming out quite early, heading to this expansion. Normally I'd expect to see the comms go to the down and up to these to claim these expansions, and it looks like that's what Jedi might be planning to do, albeit a bit behind Kryak. He might be surprised by Kryak's comm coming over here. This bomber has picked up a second kill of, I think, a scout. Meanwhile, an NG out to expand to these has been chased down by this tank, in turn being chased down by this tank. This tank has got to the red but managed to kill the NG before we could set anything up here. But then it is chased down by this tank. We'll see whether Jedi sends a second engineer. Now he's got it guarded. That bomber is shot down. And so 3 kills to Kryak's early bomber, 2 Jedis. Looks like Kryak also got to pick up a tank there. It feels like Kryak's just got the slight upper hand overall, and the eco figures agree. Kryak 37 to Jedi 29, which is, at this early stage in the game, quite a significant difference. So was that a power store? Yeah, that was. Looks like Kryak is having trouble with his power, which may cost him a little bit. And that isn't a bad amount of spam out from Jedi, so he might be able to get some work done with that. There's nothing really to contest it here or here. Just a couple of tanks moving on their way up. 2 naval factories planned for Jedi. 2 here planned for Kryak, but he's already sent an engineer round here and is putting one up here. Ooh. Jedi was trying to get an engineer all the way around here to pick up these mexes as well, but he found that Kryak was already there, not to be put off. He's simply converting that mix with that engineer, so that's a nice little pickup. So these couple of mixes are looking to be picked up by Kryak, but Jedi's hoping to get this whole expansion and lock it down with his comm. He's also got a little bit of spam to support, so maybe that will pay off. But Kryak had a scout there, he knows it's coming. 3rd naval factory planned for Jedi, and Jedi going straight for subs rather than frigates. Now, I mentioned that frigates could be used to pick off these edge mexes. I think that you might be able to get these 2. You can certainly get those. And those. Whereas Kryak is going for frigates across the board. Decent chunk of spam here out from Jedi. And he's also got a similarly decent amount stopping any engineers from expanding over here. Does he know? He doesn't necessarily know that Kryak's comm is there. And so he may be expecting Kryak's comm up here. He's sealed down this area and doesn't stop to build a factory and just walks forward, which makes me think he doesn't know that that comm is there. First frigates are heading out in both directions from Kryak. Now he knows the comm's there, and he's just engaged, but he's going to have to be careful with micro here, because that's about even numbers of tanks. And he's got this force here and this force here, but they're not moving yet. And this tank, if he's not careful, will seal the kill on this expanding engineer and this reclaiming engineer. Well, he's driven Kryak back. Meanwhile, though, this little comm fight is swinging Kryak's way, because Kryak's got a turret up and he's got some more tanks in the area. That is definitely going to force Jedi to fall back. And as you can see, this frigate is taking pot shots at the mechs. It kills the mechs, but it doesn't stay to go for the other one. It's heading right on in. Jedi now deep into the yellow, while Kryak still happily in the green. Jedi definitely forced to fall back. And this frigate comes back and opens fire on this mechs. Over here, Kryak's brought some more spam up, and he'll clear up these boys from Jedi, no problems. He's also been bringing engineers around here to expand here. On this side, Jedi did it long ago, but these engineers will be able to capture these boys. Obviously, frigate can't shoot underwater mixes, so it's not going to help there. But he has got a sub on its way out. However, we noted that Jedi was going into subs, and he's got 4 right here. They go past the frigate and come to a stop. Do they notice and return, or are they... Yes, they're returning. So this sub might get a couple of kills on these mixes. Spam, though. Decent spam still from Jedi. Though that, I think, was a bad formation move. He's got half his spam trapped up on the cliff. And that might cost him. Meanwhile, Kryak has these mexes not only sealed down, but with a radar and an anti-air turret to guard them. Whereas Jedi has only just had a chance to re-expand to these. And it shows in the eco. Kryak is 20 eco ahead, and all that nice spam from Jedi, having got split up by this unfortunate formation move, is being cleaned out. Jedi's retreated to the water. His subs have advanced, and he's relying on producing more subs to stop this attack from Kryak. But it feels like Jedi is on the back foot, but he's still amassing more spam. Let's have a quick look at spam numbers. Jedi has 41 strikers compared to Kryak with, holy cow, 66 arms. I definitely thought that Jedi might be a bit in the lead there, but they're scattered all over the map, whereas Jedi's are a little cramped up. But 66 arms, that's not an insignificant amount. And is this a drop I see before me being picked up by Kryak? Kryak now got a huge eco lead, twice Jedi's eco. Is there any way for Jedi to come back from this? What do you think, guys? Tell me in the comments below at the 11-minute mark, who do you think is going to win? Bomber out from Jedi, but Jedi's got a significant number of subs here, but here, I mentioned this could happen, and it has. This frigate has picked off the 3 mexes in Jedi's main base, and that's going to hurt him a lot. Kryak is also bombing the main base, but this is what it's all going to come down to. Here's Kryak pushing in with his naked comm, and that's an awful lot of tanks right here for Jedi. Sure, Kryak might have more tanks on the field, and he's also got T2 being produced, so he'll have a chance to send Ilshis in. But right around the comm, Kryak has fewer tanks and Jedi has more, and realizing this, Jedi has pulled in his tanks and his subs, and the subs will stop Kryak getting into the water, the tanks will stop Kryak getting on land. I think that's more than enough to kill him, and Jedi's been healing under the water all this time, so there's a chance that we're going to see some unfortunate times for Kryak soon. The spam from Jedi pushes the spam back from Kryak and prepares to sweep around. Meanwhile, these subs are surfacing, because don't forget that subs have deck guns, and if Kryak falls back towards the water, not only will he find himself under fire from the torpedo should he submerge, but he'll find himself under fire from the deck guns if he goes too close to the coast. And Kryak drops down to 5,000 hit points. Jedi now has more hit points from Kryak, and he's walking his comm up, but Kryak's bringing in more spam. He's bringing in spam from here, he's bringing in spam from here. How's it going to work out? The deck guns from the subs are helping out with the spam. There's a couple of arties in there which will be dealing extra damage. Kryak down to 4,000 hit points, and Jedi comes out of the water. Kryak has his first rank in vet, and he's got a bomber or 2 in the area. But Kryak down into the red, just 2,500 hit points, but the spam from Jedi is dead. Jedi walking around, he needs to focus that comm down. If he focuses that comm, he can maybe able to win, or at least tie, because suddenly they're both in the red. 2,500 versus 440, boom, Jedi explodes. But Kryak is just outside of the radius of the bomb, and Kryak, despite being deep into the red, wins the game. Do you think Jedi could have won that despite the eco damage, or do you think that was Kryak's from the start? Tell me in the comments below. While you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and obey. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, send me viewers, send me replays, and I will see you next time.